Hi there, it's Kathy at One Sweet Shop. I thought I'd share with you something different that I'm doing. I do a lot of journals that are really super embellished and lots of tags and lace and things like that. But I also wanted to show you some that I do that I don't decorate at all. And these ones I've been actually using my machine. It's the Cinch. Probably some of you have these. And what this machine does is it actually punches the holes in the journals. And then when you put this binding here on this side here, then you start folding all your pages in, and then you seal it up on the other side. You can see I have a ton of writing on mine. I write all my instructions because I forget sometimes which settings I'm on or whatever. And I have different colors for different settings. So I'm going to show you some of the journals that I did make. This is from We Are Memory Keepers. I absolutely love mine. I bought it about, I think about 8 years ago maybe, on eBay. Someone was selling it, and I thought, oh, I really want that for my bookmaking. And I've made a lot of books with it, actually, quite a few. But most of those books were books I gave away and stuff. So I wanted to show you some that I made. Now, these are junk journals, actually, and I'm not going to decorate them at all. They are going to go to my shop to sell. They will be more inexpensive than something that I've spent a day or a week or whatever decorating, but these are ones, and I put them all together, and these are all vintage Reader's Digest books. Like, a lot of these are from the 50s or 60s. I was collecting them for a while, and it's really hard to find Reader's Digest that are really super clean. So you don't find a lot of them now. These are all the really old style of the condensed books, and I've been trimming them down and turning them into junk journals just because, you know, I remember sitting at my grandma's and reading these books, and I'm not quite sure if I'm putting any clips on the corners or not. I don't have a lot left, and I really want to save them for my really decorated journals. But I'll see if I can get Amazon to bring me some more, then I just might do these ones also, but we'll see what happens. I may put a tag spot or something in the cover or an envelope or something, but I thought I'd give you a flip through. And this is the back of the binding. And I've used absolutely all sorts of papers in these. There's graph paper, and there's column book papers, and there's lined papers, and there's poetry book papers, and children's book papers, and coloring book papers, and flowers, and birds, and just all sorts of things to kind of give people a little bit of, there's dictionary pages, there's music pages, cardstock. This one here, this is a really special page. This page feels 4 times as thick as any other page, and it was from a really super old storybook. And I think I stuck one of these in each one. Some of these little poetry pages, and there's lots of just clear white pages in here too. And I just thought this is great for a journal starter. There's 104 pages in each book, so that's both sides, it's 208 pages. It might be a little better. But I thought I'd flip through them. Oh, that's the back side. I thought I'd flip through them. Some of them have a pink starting page. They all have different pages because I didn't really go in any kind of order of how I was going to set the pages up. I just kind of picked from the piles and started cutting things away. But I thought these junk journals are just wonderful for gluing all the stuff that you want to put in for memories. So some of them I added a little bit of coffee paper, maybe some colored paper, cardstock paper, printed paper. There's some typewriter paper. There may be some school book pages in here. I really don't know. I always put tons and tons of piles of papers down, and I just start picking from the piles when I'm putting together books. So that's the back side. But all of them had 104 pages or better. Some of them might have. This was a really heavy page, and actually I only inserted it because I had a little pouch, and I thought, I'm going to use it. I think it was from a recipe book, and I thought, you know, I'm going to use that. This one here has an envelope in it. Some of this one's pages are a little uneven, but they're okay. You know, this one is a real kind of a junk album, so, which is really nice. I kind of like it. It's got something different than what the other books have, so. And then there's this one here. I actually, oh, there's some wallpaper in this one. You might find wallpaper in all of them. There might be a little bit. They're very similar, but some have different styles and stuff, and different colors inside. Some may have orange, more green, more blue, whatever, that I was doing. Lots of little Dick and Jane storybook pages. So these are really, really super interesting because every page is something different on it. So to really spark your creativity, and I may glue a pouch or a pocket on the fronts and backs yet. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to do that yet, but I'm going to show you a couple other. These ones I was working on last night. I was working on these ones, and they turned out lovely. So they're going to be great. They're going to go to my shop. I was making, and I was going to show you how this works. So this is actually the binding that I put inside here. It's quite expensive, actually. I think I was paying $11 a package on Amazon, and you get 2 strips. I think you can get about, out of one package, you can get 4 of these for the $12 plus tax. So I thought I had all these little Beatrix Potter books, and I thought, you know, I'm going to put those together as little journals because we all have our favorite stories. And I love the little Beatrix Potter books. So this one I've just so far added the white paper to it. But I'm going to be pulling this off yet. I'm not going to clip it up because I'm going to be pulling it off yet and adding assortment of paper. I have 3 huge boxes of paper here that I'm going to be using when I fill these up, and they're going to have more of assortment. And I probably have about 10 or so of these books maybe to do, maybe a little better. So I thought I would work on them. And then I got into, I stayed up to 2 a.m. because I was playing in the books, right? I found some more books, and these were all the little, I'll probably pull that tag off. These were the little golden books. And these ones I thought also, I'm just going to make a simple journal. And it's going to be a writing journal with the story inside. And people can decorate it any way they like, instead of me adding all the super embellishment. I have a lot of little golden books that are decorated, but I'd like to use these books. Some of them are not quite pristine. Do you know? Like, they're not quite perfect anymore. These couple ones here are. These are very nice. This was the 2 little gardeners. And each of them have their full story. Plus, I need to count how many pages are in here. I think there was 60 pages. Plus the pages that came with it. And then I'm going to add a few miscellaneous pages also to them. But these are the long bindings. So what I do is I bind a long book like this. And what's left over, I bind the little Beatrix Potter books. So it works out really, really well. I need to clip these back up. Which one was this? This is What Lily Goose Found. Some of these books I've never seen before, and I thought, well, they were in my book stash, and I thought, I'm going to use these up. Some of them may have a piece of tape on them where a child may be torn. This one's from 1977, 4th printing 1980. So this one's from 1980. There's a little bit of marker there. I might cover it with a little tag or something. But they all have the original story. I might have trimmed some of the pages because they were extra, I guess I would say brown, vintage. And then this one, some of the books that I'm going to use. This one had a little bit of marking on the front, and it didn't look so well on the edges. And usually I cover it up with washi tape, but this one I decided just to take some ink and do a little bit of ink on the edges of this one and give it more of a vintage look. So some of the covers are not so perfect, but if this was your favorite storybook, how wonderful is it to have a journal of your favorite storybook that you could fill in everything, or you can read it to your children. This one had a little torn page, and it's been taped up, and the tape is starting to turn yellow, which just to me adds to more of the appeal of a junk journal. So I may put a little washi on it yet. We'll see. I really like that tape look though. Other than that, all these other pages were perfect. The graphics are adorable in here. Like, this is really, really cute, these graphics. These children, they're so cute. When was this one from? Oh, I should have looked on the first page here. See, this one has a little bit of spotting maybe on the first page. 1977. 1960 it was made. 1977 was this printing. So this one's a little bit older. So, and I have some that are quite old. I've never even seen some of the covers before. I haven't closed these up because I want to add a few more miscellaneous pages yet. So it's going to have a lot of junk journal elements in it once they're done. And I'll have a lot of these up for offer also in my Etsy store. Just because these are the ones that I'm making that are decorate yourself journal. So, and then I had more. These ones were, these Reader's Digest here were not as in perfect shape as some of the other ones I've had. Like, there's a little bit of discoloration. I might try to clean it a little better. This one I don't think I have scrubbed yet, but I will. I'll clean it a little bit. It might have little creases in the corners, but I'm going to turn them into journals anyway because these are lovely just to fit inside your purse. And these ones, this one here is all filled with all white paper. So, and I'll make sure that when I do list them, I make sure that the listings state whether they have any junk journal elements or whether it's just all paper or whether it's decorated. So, but thank you for looking. I wanted to share these with you and show you what that machine can do. I have that machine and I have two others. They are a coil binding, a plastic binding, which I was also making books from. So, and I don't do a lot of them anymore, but I loved it that you could actually take pages out and put pages back in. I did like that binder. So I may make some like that yet. We'll see. I think cookbooks are bound with that type of binding. So, but I love using my Cinch, and I'm so happy to get back to using it again because I've been making a lot of sewed journals. And I really would like to make a lot more that are done with this binding. My friend had picked me up a few binding rings, so, and I thought, wow, I'm going to make a whole bunch more journals this week. So, and that's about it. I wanted to share these with you, show you what else you could do, and just different little things. I love the Beatrix Potter. I'm not going to decorate them, but I might make some tags to put in them or something, or clip a couple tags to them or something. I do believe I made a bunch of Beatrix Potter tags, so I may stick some in here. But we'll see. You'll end up seeing them in my shop eventually. And thanks for watching my video. Thanks for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. And you have yourself a lovely day. Bye-bye.